Hello friends, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. As promised, I'm going to do a flip of my Hobonichi HON in the A5 size, which is basically a cousin, but it has like this Liberty Fabrics hardcover. So my Hobonichi HON is my like memory book, basically. I don't plan in this. This is where like I memory keep, journal, and just kind of keep track of like some things. So just thought I would share my July pages. My goal this year has been to fill in all the pages. I think there was only one page not filled out in July, but I do want to say I don't always journal every day. Sometimes I go back in here and do this. The weekly pages have been a struggle, and you guys will see that in a minute. But I really have been enjoying using this book just to kind of go over like the chunkiness of it. This is what we're looking at. It's quite thick, quite chunky. If I press down on it, it's like that. When it has no pressure, it is quite thick. I'm not necessarily having issues writing in the pages just yet. Sometimes it's hard, like when you get like on the inside margin, especially on the left-hand side. But other than that, I haven't had any issues. So let's just hop to it, guys. I don't think this has changed at all. So there's that. I think I've been like using this page just to add stickers, like as I like the vinyl stickers as I get them, like as a collection. Sophie gave me this sticker. I thought it was funny, so I put it in here. This I think has been in here for a month or two. I just got this freebie off the Coffee Monsters Co. I think it was our Facebook page. I just printed it out and I glued it in and just threw some washi tape. There's like always animal hair. This book stays at home, so it's like on my desk. We have a cat that likes to get on my desk. So yeah. Let's look at my tracker. I'm a little behind. Today is August the 6th, so I'm a little bit behind for August. About stuttered. But this is how I think I started doing this. Let me look. I started doing this kind of in March. So basically like my goal here was I wanted to track like the types of workouts I was doing, and then I added my step tracking in May. Sorry for the noise. It's just, yeah, I live in a loud house, y'all. But yes, so I track when I do strength, when I'm on the treadmill, when I run, when I walk outside, Stairmaster, yoga. I've been trying to incorporate yoga. I'm kind of struggling with that. And I haven't been running because of knee pain. I tried running, I think it was, I'm trying to remember. I feel like it was like mid-May. I tried running on the treadmill. It's too hot in Alabama to run outside right now. The humidity is off the charts. But I tried running on the treadmill and I was experiencing some knee pain. And I don't want to, have any issues. So, but I do track like my fitness stats here, intentional movement. And then I have started writing in my steps. I find that to be motivating. I don't know. I wear a Fitbit. I've had this Fitbit for... goodness, I think like 3 years now. This is like the Versa 2, and I love this thing. The only thing I've ever had to replace is like the bands. It has a little crack in it, but I like it. It monitors my steps, and it also helps like me to stay motivated. So the monthlies is where I write in the details of my workouts. I don't write in like reps and sets, or weights, unless it's like something I'm progressing towards, like a personal record or personal best with certain lifts. But what I typically do, as I've been doing it all year, is I just use like a Tombow. So I try really hard. Sometimes I mess up, but I try to coordinate the colors of the boxes with the weeks on my tracker here. Sometimes I forget and just grab a marker, but I use my Tombow and I draw, a box around the box, and I write in like what specific workout I did. If it's something that is distance measured, I will write the distance. And then if it's the Stairmaster, which I've been getting into, I'll write the number of floors I climb. And then on the margin, I write, I'm focusing a lot on deadlifts, RDLs, and leg presses. So I'm writing my lifts. Like if I go up, like I didn't heavy lift these 2 weeks because of the knee pain. And I don't want to cause myself any harm. And then I started writing intentional movement days. So 22 out of 31, not bad, because my goal is 3 to 4 days per week. The weeklies are a little bit different, and I think I know I filmed me like creating this weekly spread. I've been having a really hard time, especially since going back to work and even before then, of like previously I was like doing this, like putting together like a memory spread, and that was just getting boring to me. So I changed it up and I kind of like did more like a weekly collage. So I filmed that one. This was June, the end of June. So I literally found like I like memes. If like my husband and I were constantly sending each other memes, or I save memes, or I take pictures of family members or whatever, I'll just kind of make a collage on my weekly spread. So this was the first week in July. This was so funny. Like, I was like, what is even happening? Malaya has been hilariously like using orange makeup and making herself orange. It's funny. This was like mood all week. I've been writing in like my YouTube videos and using like fun stickers, pictures. Like this came off of like a piece of junk mail, and I like, it said summer, so I was like, cool. Yeah. So this week I kind of like did 4 days where I actually wrote like what we were doing, and then I was like, I quit. So I took pictures that kind of, you know, I would remember. Like I picked Malaya up from a sleepover, and Storm came with us. Sophie and Storm cuddling. Like there's a lot of pictures of Storm. I made lumpia and fried rice, you know, for dinner one weekend. Sophie got a Hello Kitty pets dispenser. So it was just a good time. This week I started like making some, I wrote this sentence. This week I started counting calories and writing my food down in a log. And then I was like, this sentence makes no sense to me, but I guess it does make sense. And so like I took pictures of my food, as a motivator and put them in here. Just so I was like, ooh, look at me being all healthy and stuff. And then like there were some like memes that I thought were hilarious that I put in here. Also, this right here, it comes back about like if you don't deal with your feelings or your emotions about stuff, it comes back. Jesse's been rocking these cowboy boots at work, and I met him at the gym one day and I snapped a photo, you know. So Malaya went to the batting cages. But yeah, so just kind of like funny memes and pictures, and also things that like I find like to be, you know, motivating in the moment. I really like to follow like the holistic psychologist on I think she's on Facebook and Instagram, but she puts out some really good information that I like. Well, I fell asleep in my car. That was a funny day. I was feeling some type of way. This one right here with Hulk Hogan, trying to find your phone when it's on vibrate, because I'm always like, call my phone. I always lose my phone. So yeah, just a lot of this stuff was funny. Oh my gosh, this dude, Kenny, he's hilarious. I worked with him from like the age of 18 to 20 at O'Reilly's Auto Parts when I was like a freshman and sophomore in college. And he was like a jokester. He was hilarious. And I was at Walmart grocery shopping that Saturday, and I was at the self-checkout, and then like somebody was like grabbing my cart, and I was like, excuse me. And he turned around and I was like, oh my gosh. So I was like, I gotta take a selfie and send it to Jesse. But yeah, I ran into him. I haven't seen him in almost 20 years. It was pretty cool. You know, Olympics started that Friday. I think I journaled about it. Yeah, I kind of noted, you know, the U.S. gymnastics team. I've been really invested in gymnastics. Carlos Yulo, he won 2 gold medals for the Philippines. And my mom is like, she was born and raised in the Philippines, and she was talking about how like she cried when he got his gold medal and they played the national anthem, because she was like, I haven't heard it since I was in high school. I loved this Maya Angelou quote, just a little reminder that it's not always personal when things happen. And then we had Malaya's, it was like our collective birthday dinner, because we have a bunch of birthdays in August, which this is August, so I don't even know why I'm like talking about it, but it's on the page. So yeah, this one, me AF. But yeah, so that's how I've been doing my weekly spreads. Just like, it's either like capturing the mood or the funny memes and that type of thing. And I've been enjoying that. It's been fun. So daily pages. Monday, no bad vibes. So that was like July 1st. There's like my taste in like journaling was very eclectic. There are some very like bright and vibrant spreads, and then there are some that are like very aesthetically pleasing or visually aesthetically pleasing. So that was when I hit 265 deadlift. The girls had a dentist appointment. I mean, you know, fighting a migraine. I cut the grass and watered my plants. My plants are dying because I haven't been a good plant mom. I need to work on the girls' memory books. Still hadn't done that. 4th of July, Malaya had a friend sleep over. I got Sophie an inflatable pool and set up in the backyard. So it was pretty fun. We had watermelon. Jesse grilled. Here's another day. This day I went to Michael's and I picked up these Tombos. So I made a little spread about it. I made the burrito tacos on that day. They were so good. Migraine. Stupid migraine. I don't know. Some of these days are just not a whole lot happened. I cleaned a lot. This day I doodled. My dad had like a little bit of skin cancer on his face, so he had like a little procedure. He's good now. And I wrote about that. Oh, Jesse wanted me to write this. In 10 years, there will be a documentary about Ozempic. I agree. It's not FDA approved for weight loss. He was like, write that in your little memoir. And I was like, you talking about my journal? Like, so I wrote it. I hit a personal record 250 on leg press, so that was good. I had some thoughts about a lot of things that I had hopes for, like, each member of my family. Talked to my dad that day. There was this quote that I don't know who said it, but I liked it. It said, there is literally nothing in nature that blooms all year long, so do not expect yourself to do so. Because I was kind of being hard on myself. I was in sloth mode and I wasn't getting as much stuff done as I normally do in the summertime. And I just had to remember, like, it was just, you know, season of life, right? I needed the rest more than I needed the productivity. So I thought that was a helpful quote. There were some days that I would do, like, gratitude and then kind of full on sloth mode. So, and I would put in workout notes. I was just having fun in here. I found these cute stickers at Walmart for $1. So I bought them. It was like food stickers. Like eggs and bacon. It was funny. Yeah, we met my parents at Jack's. Malaya had a sleepover, but we met my parents at Jack's. We had Taco Bell for dinner. I wrote some gratitude again. I used like these pink sticky notes that I got for $1 at Walmart. This was a day that the attempt on Trump's life occurred, which was crazy. I had a headache and migraine all day. It sucked. Wrote a ton today. I'm super into hockey romance. I was like, I don't know why. This was the day my pilot Iroshizuku Kasumosu came in. I think that is just pretty ink. I really like it. And I decided to ink my Jinhao 82 with this Diamine Lilac Night, which is also a very pretty color. And I decided to write in alternating, like my paragraphs in alternating colors. I kind of want to work towards eventually trying to collect as many of the Pilot Iroshizuku fountain pen inks as I can. I really like them. So I currently have 4 bottles. So this was on sale. I think it was like, I don't know if it was part of Prime, but this is a big bottle. But my other bottles are not as big. They're in that little 3-pack. I've had these for a while, but I love these colors. The Shinkai, Asagayo, and Yamabudo. And I really like these inks. So they have like another 3-pack one that I'm saving my fetch points. And once I hit like the $25 mark, I'll order the other one. Today was difficult. It's hard being a parent to a teenager, especially a teenage girl. Yeah. So this was a funny one because I got behind. I got behind a few days and I just took a Tombow and wrote busy day and then like forgot about it for like a week and a half. And so I was so behind on journaling that I wrote in this header, but don't remember why it was so busy. And then I put a meme in because this made me laugh my tail off. It says, y'all beg for this weather, now look at you musty. And his like face is like, so funny. So I stuck that in there. I did take the girls to gymnastics that day, though. And then I put tomorrow as another day. This also I was behind on. But I remembered what happened on this day. I wrote, again, got behind in my journal. And all I did was paste in a pic. So I've had printed this picture of Malaya in her cheer uniform because she had cheer pics that day. And then it's so hot. Just like when I'm in this heat and humidity for more than 3 minutes. I'm feeling a little woozy here. That's how I feel. I've been hot flashing too, which sucks. So cheer pics. I did yoga. I walked. And this was my official last day off. Malaya got a haircut. Her hair looks so good and healthy now. And then look, see, aesthetically, like visually aesthetically pleasing. I used like some washi and stickers from Pen, Paper, and Plans. These are so pretty. I like these. Did like a gratitude list and then wrote about my day. I wanted to highlight that. I'll tell you that I hit 270 on RDLs at the gym. And that was like my last big lift up until like August. And I'm sorry for the shadow, y'all. It's late and I had to use my ring light, so bear with me. Here's that Cosmosu ink again. So pretty. And I use it in this Jinhao fountain pen. It's lovely. Let me see if I can give you all better lighting. Yeah, it's absolutely lovely in this pen. I got it with this pen in mind. So I really liked it. More gratitude. So I think I had a migraine that day. Yeah. Oh yeah. Politics is wild. That was when Joe Biden released a press release that he was going to drop out of the presidential race and he endorsed Kamala Harris. So I just felt like, yeah, that's like something memorable, right? The incumbent decided not to run again. So yeah, that was a crazy political week. And then I put this picture in, victimized by Malaya in the 0.5 photos. Sophie told me I looked like I worked at Dollar General in that picture. I could not stop laughing. I was like, I gotta write that in my journal. It's pretty funny. I had been looking for this washi forever and I found it. It had fallen and was under my desk. Under my desk. So I went kind of like black and white theme here. Did some gratitude, wrote some stuff. Malaya had a sleepover. I talked to like Big Sophie. I have my Sophie, and then there's a girl that we know named I call her Big Sophie, so I don't confuse the Sophies. When I talk about her, that watches the girls or hangs out with them, like if me and hubby want to go out on dates. So I talked to her about watching the girls that Friday. So yeah, just quick snippets of the day. So this was like, where is this washi from? I think it's Happy Paper Clouds. And then a lot of these stickers, I think all of these stickers. No, some of these are from Via Creations. And then I think some of them are from Pen, Paper, and Plans. This is from Pen, Paper, and Plans. And this like wonky grid washi, which I love, is from Pen, Paper, and Plans. This is where like I used some color and I just kind of like wrote, look at this. Sophie said that about 497 times while she stretched foam slime over her face. Please stop. She bought this foam slime from Five Below, and it was like she was stretched over her face and be like, look, it looks like a spider web. Look at this. Look at this. And I was like, oh my God. Do y'all ever have those moments as a parent? Yeah. Oh, I wrote worked out even though I didn't feel like it. That was a day that I had no motivation, but I was like, I told Jesse I was so glad that I had some discipline because I went to the gym and it's also kind of crazy and a little weird that I'm noticing more muscles in my arms. I'm like super proud of my triceps and my biceps, and my shoulders are looking banging. Let's see, like came to work with me because she had a sleepover the night before. It was her friend's birthday, and they like rented a suite at the Embassy Suites, and they stayed up all night. So she passed out at my job, and then I told my boss like at 1:30, I was like, I gotta take her home, and she was like, go. And I was tired. I've been dragging. Like it was like the first full week back at work, and I was like, no. Olympics opening ceremony. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I did have dinner with my husband, my brother, his wife, and my cousin. They all watched the Deadpool movie, and I went to Target because I didn't want to watch it. I don't like going to the movie theater. And I was just relaxed because I was so tired. But I was like, yeah, ode to the Olympics. This was my friend Briley's wedding. It was so beautiful, and we had a great time. These are happy planner stickers. More of that Katsumosu ink. This was that Sunday. I woke up that Saturday with a migraine, and I was so thankful that I had a Ubrelvy, because I don't know what I would have done without it. Or maybe it was, I think I had my Nurtec then, because I can't remember what day it was, but I picked up Nurtec because my insurance finally approved it. It may have been, I don't know. Anyway, gratitude, easy week, easy Monday. The weekend was gone in a blur. I swear it only lasted like 12 hours. Yeah, that was a busy weekend. Personal best on a leg press and Stairmaster that day. So, yes. Olympics update. This was a funny story. So I was like, okay, so funny story as it relates to gymnastics. We watched the USA team final at work while we were working. And like we would all, like anytime like the US went, like we were all crowded around watching it. It was pretty funny. It's a pretty chill day. I had a migraine. No, this was when I got the Nurtec. So I think I had like Ubrelvy. And then I took this Ubrelvy that day because I did go back to my doctor. I think it was this. What day was it? It may have been the day I didn't fill out because I couldn't remember. No, I went back to my doctor on this day. And he was like, you failed 2 triptans, so you're eligible for Ubrelvy. And my insurance doesn't cover Ubrelvy, but it did cover Nurtec. 0 copay. Lifted heavy. Yep. It was Tuesday. I was already ready for the weekend. This day was crazy. So crazy. I was nonstop from 5 a.m. till probably 8:30 that night. So it was like I got up, took Sophie to camp. Malaya stayed home. I had to get somebody to take her to cheer practice. And then I had to meet her at her school to do her schedule pickup. Well, they do block schedule here where you only get like four classes a semester, and they put her in choir twice. She only needs like 1 fine arts. So I was like, we need to do Spanish. So we had to like change our whole schedule. It was a whole thing. I didn't have my checkbook. They didn't take a debit card. So like one of the other parents that like I know, I was like, can you cover me and I'll Venmo you? So yes, we got her schedule fixed, and then I had to go back to work. I took her home, went back to work, and then I had to go like, because we were prepping for presentations like on August 1st. And then I had to go to where we were presenting to make sure the tech was hooking up okay so that I could project our PowerPoints and make sure everything was in order and all that stuff. And then I came home, I ate, and then I worked on putting in notes for our presentations because I had like 3 on August 1st, like back to back to back to back. It was crazy. So it was just like a busy day, and you know, school's about to start. Today is Tuesday, August the 6th, and school starts on Thursday. So it's about to be just insane how busy it is. I am behind on updating. It's really not a big deal. You know, I still have my swatch page back here. When I got those new Tombos, I just like fit them in wherever I could. And I also did that in my weeks. I don't think I mentioned that in my weeks flip, but I did do that in my weeks. And then I'm still using this to note how many books I've read this year, but I think I'm like up to 130. So I just need to like take a Tombow and color all those in. My goal is 150. Y'all, the Kindle Unlimited app is awesome because I just pay the 12 or 13 bucks a month, and you know, that's it. But anyway, see, that's why I try to break these up into two. I'm gonna start breaking these up into 2 videos because I feel like my week's video is quick, whereas like my cousin or my Han video is long because it covers a whole month and I put a lot of memories in here. But I'm still loving this book. I am kind of on the fence. I don't know if you guys have seen the Just Scribble plan that she's going to be releasing. I've been thinking about ordering one for next year and using that as my memory book because I kind of like the idea of like months, weeks, days all in like the same area instead of like them being separate. So I'm going to have to process through my thoughts on that because I know that the Hobonichi is like tried and true, right? Whereas like the Just Scribble is new, but, I I'm kind of on the fence. So I do have every intention of keeping a memory book for 2025. I have plenty of time to decide. There is no pressure for me, but once I pick one, I intend to commit to it for the whole year because I like having an entire year of memories. The Just Scribble is 2 books, but I'm cool with that. But I don't want to have like multiple books like that act as my journal and such. So, and it is dated, which is a benefit to me. Yeah, but anyway, so I don't know. Have you guys thought about like what you're going to be using for like journals and planners for next year already? Because I know like Hobonichi's like they're sneaking, or they're showing like some release stuff. I don't ever get into that. I don't order Hobonichis from Hobonichi. Like I'm either ordering from like Jet Pens or Amazon. It's not that serious to me, but I know some people like to get the pen and all that stuff. I just, you know, I can't justify in my opinion, I can't justify the cost. I don't have like I don't want to get into it. So once I commit, like if 60 bucks is a lot for a planner, right? So like if I pick one, like that's the one I'm going to use. So I'm on the fence again for next year between the cousin again for my memory keeper / journal, and then the Just Scribble. I felt like if they were going to release it in the 68 Tomoe River paper, I probably would be more leaning towards the Just Scribble, but I think they mentioned there were some quality issues with the 68 GSM Tomoe River paper, so they're going to do it in the 52 GSM, which is the same weight as the cousin. So I'm not really sure, but it's just something, I'm rambling at this point, but it's just something kind of like in the forefront of my mind that I like this practice of having a memory book. It's something that, I don't know, maybe one day my kids would enjoy looking through this and just kind of seeing what was going on in their lives, or, you know, maybe they, I don't know. So this is, you know, part of like, I don't want to say like my legacy, but I guess it is part of my legacy and my family's legacy is having these books that detail not only like just things that happen in my life, but also like thoughts I have and stuff like that. So I like this practice and I'm going to continue to do it. It's just a matter of what book I intend to do it in. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye, friends.